Welcome in. It is the ATB show. You can go and check us out at atbshow.com. We'd love if you hung out on the YouTubes. You can subscribe and like and comment and share and do all that kind of stuff. We're brought to you by our dear friends, Joe and Leslie, and the whole crew over at AAA Work Trucks. You'll notice he's in the team gear. He's got his Chuck D hat on and his AAA Work Truck shirt. He's on the road and so committed. As Scotty, Uncle Duke's just said, you can take the week off, but he's here because one of his new boyfriends, Conley Early, pitched a gem last night. So we're going to talk about the Red Sox. We'll obviously get into the Patriots. We'll discuss the fact that BC can't seem to turn the corner and win a big game when it counts. We won't spend too much there, though, because my heart rate's up. I'll tell you, the announcement yesterday from our dear friend Tim Cook out in California. Interesting, because Billy's wearing rubber shoes is live from his car, so his microphone and his listening device right now are his AirPods, and God bless the batteries. We need them to last for the entirety of the show. The new AirPod Pro 3s, if you care, I do, are now going to conduct live translation. And if you're a fan of TikTok, I am. Everyone is convinced, and I thought of this. It was one of my seminal thoughts is like, this is so funny because comedians joke about it all the time. The amount of fistfights that are going to take place now in nail salons. Because, and I'm just saying, and listen. I love the Wong family. We love Kowloon. They're not a sponsor yet. But I know if my wife or Scotty's wife or Billy's wife goes into most salons that are reputable. Let me lead with that. I'm going to compliment you while I backhand you. There's a myriad of conversations taking place in which I know my wife, not a scholar when it comes to the Asian languages or dialects. Most of our wives probably wouldn't know that they were getting berated or made fun of or whatever. This is all going to be in real time. Now I have to imagine if I owned a shop like this, effective tomorrow, because you could order them yesterday. So AirPods are arriving on doorsteps probably tomorrow. You can't visually see if these are AirPod Pros, Pro 2s, or Pro 3s. I would have to say, if you're a client and you're sitting here, you have to take the AirPods out, because otherwise there's going to be fist fights, because you just know they're charging you for the service and they're probably bad mouthing you at the same time. And this could happen at any restaurant or any place of service in any language. I'm picking on you because we love you, but like, I just thought of that immediately. I'm like, there's going to be some stuff on the news. Like there's going to be some thrown tables and some nail care salons that are going to be, they're going to be WWE style stuff is going to be going on. But anyway, other than that, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is arguably going to have a bigger battery. There's not much of a change, but that's it. Are you an iPhone? You're an iPhone, Scotty, right? We're all iPhone. Yeah, we're all iPhone. It's Adam.
Everyone except for Adam's the only one that makes it.
Adam's the green bubble. God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, and also my son over here, the oldest one, he's a green bubble too.
Oh, all right. Well, let me say this concerning that. I was Galaxy for the longest time, and then I got the 13 back in September of 21. I still have the first iPhone that I got, which is a testament to the quality of their stuff. I didn't leave Galaxy because I was upset. I just went to Apple because it was the last thing that I didn't have. And I love the ecosystem, but everybody's making really good phones, and arguably iPhone. Hi, Tim Cook. iPhone might be behind still on a few things, but they had me at hello. So anyway, all that aside, let's get into it. Let's talk Red Sox. We'll go there. We'll touch on our college football. We'll wrap up with the Patriots. But Red Sox, I got to be honest, rubber shoes. I was at a business dinner last night. I didn't see a single solitary play from last night's game. I missed it all.
I was asleep before the first pitch.
Oh, all right. Did anybody watch? I figured our Red Sox insider would have information for me.
I caught 2 innings. That was it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, five hits, 11 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Is that what I saw? In 5 innings.
And you were talking about his looks. I will say that the kid does look like a young Kershaw. You know what I mean? Like he's a good looking kid, and like his delivery and stuff. It was Chernick and I were talking about that too. He's like,
Yeah.
"Are we in the Matrix? Is this another Kershaw happening?
brought
Like, what
him
are
back.
we doing?"
They
I said,
brought him
"If that's the
back.
case, then I'll take the blue pill, and stay in the
Yes.
Matrix. If
Yeah.
if this is
Unreal.
going to keep dealing." That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really impressive.
Well, it was needed, and it's a shot in the arm because if let's just presume that we get Peyton starts to click, because he had a tough sophomore game.
Well, he was supposed to
game.
pitch today.
Oh, he's not. Oh, okay. They scratched him for today, huh?
Oh, he did.
What? I'm sorry.
Did he start today? I apologize. I put the game on.
He was supposed to start.
Oh, maybe he did start today. He is not on the mound right now.
No, Slayton's on the mound right now. But he did start. No, Peyton Toll started. He only lasted 2 innings though.
Oh no.
Oh.
3 hits, 2 earned, 2 strikeouts.
Okay.
Both were home runs off of Shea got him and Kurtz got him, which honestly, like, those guys are 2 of the hottest hitters in baseball too. Kurtz is going to be Rookie of the Year, and Shea is one of the best hitting catchers in baseball for the last 8 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, so those guys tagging him for a couple of solo home runs to me isn't the end of the world. But again, I wasn't watching, and I don't know how many pitches he threw or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we get to the point where we can say, we got our big 3 are clicking, and then behind that, you got Peyton and now Connolly. If that could be the 5 rotation, that would be fantastic. That
I think we make the playoffs and those guys go into the bullpen, and because they're trying to restrict his innings and pitches right now. He was just drafted a year ago.
20 minutes ago,
He's way over his maximum innings pitched this year. He's still trying to build up his arm strength to be able to go a full major league season.
Yep.
He was in single A at the beginning of the year.
And he was still hit 95 in the 5th last night when he's, you know what I mean? Like, he was still, the kid was dealing out there, man. Like, it was pretty nasty. Now, grain of salt, it is against the Athletics, but still, it was still 11 strikeouts in your debut. I don't care. That's pretty impressive. By the way, Cora did say that Peyton was going to have an abbreviated start today, so that this was scheduled for him to only go a couple of innings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I think they did that because his last 2 starts, I think they gave him an extra day rest, and they were pitching him today. This will be the first time that he's pitched on 4 days rest. So I think they're like, we're going to keep him pitching today, but just give him less innings.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Christian Campbell, anything there?
Nope.
Yeah, I'd love to see him come back up. I feel like he's gonna be part of something at the end of the season. I
don't know. If he's not up here right now, I don't think they feel confident in him coming up this year. They rushed him. I believe he was Breslow's first draft pick, or in the first class that he drafted.
Okay. Yep.
And they fast-tracked him because they wanted to prove that, his analytics worked. So they're like, oh, look, we're going to have this guy in the major leagues after a year. And, it kind of blew up in their face. It's like, most of these guys, there's a reason why you go through the levels. Not many people get drafted and start that year in the major leagues. You're the elite of the elite that does that. But even that, Aaron Judge played in the minor leagues. It's not easy making that jump. And that was, I know I'm getting off that with these quarterbacks in the NFL, when they're in college, very rare that they a freshman in college and they're the star of the university. It takes a couple of years to build up in that, and then we expect them to jump into the NFL and all of a sudden be great as a rookie. It's hard to do. And
or a second-year quarterback that hasn't actually played a full 17 games.
Sure.
Right.
Just saying.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We're gonna get there.
I mean, that's it. It's like you see what Daniels did last year, what Stroud
Oh
did
my
2
God,
years
the
ago.
whiteboard. He's got the whiteboard up, Billy. Careful. Jesus
So
Christmas.
how many right does the whiteboard have so far?
Go fuck yourself.
that you sounded like what's his face from Major League. Fuck you, Joe Boo. I do it myself. Oh, that was so good. Go fuck yourself. I have to. You know what, Scotty? You'll love this. Only for the whole thing with the crow and Isaiah. There's a shirt now that is floating all over TikTok, and it's just on the front. It's just a crow, and it says F-CAW- I forget how they spell the end, but basically, if you read it quickly with the hyphenations, it's fuck off, and it's just it's really funny. So you needed that shirt to just tell Billy to fuck off. Interesting, yeah. All right, yeah, we're on the West Coast, which remarkably bores the crap out of me. I was happy when I got the push notification on my watch that the game was starting. I'm like, oh, I can pop it on during the show, and here we are, and we're down 4-3 now. Anyway,
that's not good. But the best thing is like this weekend, obviously, it's what I wanted to talk about with the Red Sox was the fact that it's September 10th, right? Or it's going to be the 12th when they start the series. When was the last time the Yankees Red Sox had a September series that mattered? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's been a hot minute, right? It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Like these they're going in, depends on what happens today. They're tied right now, right? They're both 3 games back. The Red Sox have played 2 more games than the Yankees in the standings, but yeah, it's really cool to have like this weekend series. You know, it's got some hair on it. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch them just go right at each other. You know, and I hope that's the case. I hope that's the way it's going to play out. Obviously, we want the Red Sox to win and beat the evil empire, but
yes,
it's been. And I was like racking my brain, and I was gonna say, what was it? Would you thinking like 2019 maybe was the last time, or was it like 2021 maybe? It's been a while for like, these two going at it like late in the season and stuff.
That mattered?
That actually mattered. I feel like it's been a while. But I was without
probably
looking
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been
like
18, the last run, yeah.
That's crazy.
They
finished in last place every year since then, I believe.
But they made the playoffs. No, they made the playoffs after 18 and they lost to the Astros. Didn't they lose to the Astros? And they beat the Yankees, and then they lost to the Astros, I thought, in the ALCS. Am I making that up?
No.
I'm going to have to do that now.
We believe you.
So the thing, you figured, so they got 3 against New York this weekend. They got 3 against Toronto next week, and then they finish with 3 against Detroit. We're 3 games behind Toronto and Detroit for the division and the best record in the American League. So play their cards right, they could get a bye for the playoffs.
Jesus.
I was right. 2021. That was the last time.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry. 2021.
Well, I knew it wasn't 19 because they finished in last place the year after they won the World Series.
Third out of 5. But yeah, they lost. They were 2019, they were 84-78, and then 2020, the shortened year because of COVID, was 24-36, which was last. And then 2021, they won 92 games, beat the Yankees in the wild card game. That's what it was. It was like 1-0, or the one
divisional.
The 1-game wild card game, and then they beat the Rays in the divisional, and then lost to the Astros in 6. But
they lost to the trash cans.
They did. They did. This is where, back in the day when we had Christian Vasquez and Bobby Dahlbeck. Oh, yeah.
Vasquez.
Oh, Rafael Devers was on there when he was actually hitting a baseball. He went to San Francisco and forgot how to do that. Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, boy.
Hey, that trade, honestly, literally turned the entire season on its head.
Super did.
And in a good way. In a good way for the Red Sox.
Super did.
For San Francisco, not a good way. And I've seen like
Well, they're
fans
back in it now.
Well, yeah, because NL West is terrible. Well, NL is terrible overall, but
Yeah, they're 2 games out of the last playoff spot in the
Yeah, I hope.
National
Hopefully,
League.
they don't make a run. I don't need to see him celebrating. If we're not, just be nice to be like to your point, Scotty. Just to be in important baseball games at the end of the year is nice. It's just a nice feeling to have.
it really is, because it's just,
yeah.
it's for us especially. It's been a minute, and we all know how we are as fans. We have issues. You need to win. God damn
Yes.
it! Like you need to win.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Whether it's fantasy football or by the way, Kaylee was yelling at me, not yelling at me, but she sent me a message in the fantasy football app, and was basically hoping for DJ Moore to just start fumbling the football so that she could get the win in
love
in the
that.
league,
I love so Big Nate. Let's jump into fantasy football real quick. Then we'll hit college, and then we'll hit the
sorry, I'm all over them.
No, you're good.
It's
Let's jump there. So I historically do this just because I'm an idiot, but it makes life easier for me. When I finish the neighborhood draft, which we have at the beautiful Hong Kong and Chelmsford, whatever I end up doing there, I will do my best to carbon copy it for the league, for the podcast league. And I almost near perfect have the same team in both leagues. That aside, what I lost by 2 in the neighborhood league. And that all came to fruition on Monday night for the Vikings for my dear friend Paul Branco. Paco beat me by 2. The back in the olden times, when you were run out of town, they would tar and feather you. What Big Nate did to me over the first weekend of fantasy football, 69 points for his quarterback. I can't remember the kid's name. Is it Joshua Allen? Joshua Allen. Yeah, I believe he's from the Buffalo Bisons or something like that. 69 points he hung on me. And there's no coming back from that. And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I should have popped. Like, I think I have Debo and I didn't put Debo in because I had somebody else in. And I went through all the math. Like, I was sitting there, like, doing the beautiful mind with all the numbers floating around. And I looked at every calculation I could have done. I didn't win Powerball, and I certainly did. I couldn't have pulled off the weekend no matter who I had in. I could have borrowed some of Big Nate's players, and it wouldn't have helped. The 69 hanging in the quarterback slot was not good. So welcome, young Duquette, to the league. And if you could get your foot off my neck, I'd like to get up and take a shower and go see my family.
Who is actually at football practice right now? He is helping helping out the football team.
Yeah, I love that. He's telling everybody. So I kicked my dad's friend's ass, right? Yeah. Walking around showing him the phone. Not great. Not great. So I have a pending Venmo that I'm about to send him. Because we're going to say whoever wins the league, everybody's just going to Venmo that person $22. I have it pending right now for Big Nate. Holy boy, that was a rough weekend for me for fantasy football. I
can attest, by the way, that I sent that $44 right to you because I didn't know. I thought we were doing it beforehand, but you're like,
no. Yeah, everybody's just going to send the winner at the end. Everybody's just going to send the winner. Who'd you play? Did you end up losing to Kaylee or beating Kaylee?
I ended up beating her. Yeah.
Okay. Bad?
At the end. No, it was relatively close, I think.
Okay.
From what I remember.
Rubba, who did you play?
Adam. I beat him.
Who did he have starting at quarterback?
I have Mahomes.
You had Mahomes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in coming into the weekend before any game started, my fire station league, I was projected to win. I was projected to lose the ATB league, and I was projected to lose the family league.
Mm-hmm.
I won the family league, won the ATB league, and lost the fire station league.
Everything flipped.
Reverse of every.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Derrick Henry in family league and the ATB league.
He was a monster.
Yeah, he was. Absolutely was.
Yeah, I had beat her by 7, so it wasn't.
All right.
It was close. But yeah, Billy, you crushed Adam by. Yeah, he beat Adam more than by more than Nate beat you. So if that makes you feel better.
Not really, but anyway. Tell Big Nate I love him.
It was by 2 more
Welcome
points
to
or
the
something
show.
like that. I think.
Welcome
But,
to
yeah.
the show.
Also, not only did I have Derrick Henry, but I had the BC guy, Zay Flowers, also, who had like 30-something points.
Yes, I have Zay in both of my leagues, this league and the neighborhood league, and he had a good showing. From a college standpoint, we'll jump back so we can talk about our prospective games coming up this weekend. First and foremost, we'll be at Stanford. So University of Chestnut Hill is playing a tree on Saturday night. So hopefully we can pull that out. I said to you boys via the chat during the weekend, Sunday at some point, those are the games, that game in East Lansing that went to double overtime and we end up losing 42-40. Those are the games that until we start to win those kind of games, that was a very winnable game for us. I believe they were only giving us 3.5 points. That was a winnable game for us. And until we win games like that, we're just not going to turn the corner. Never mind all of our other challenges, like the shitty schedule.
On the road in a hostile environment, I mean, that's a tough place to
and dude,
play.
I mean, yeah, it was, and that one was like a,
it was a great game.
It was an amazing game.
And I stand by what I said. I 4,000%. We were like, I've always made the reference with Rubber Shoes when we would be over his cousin Brian's house, like just watching La Habitant play the Bruins. Like it was just, we were tape to tape passing. It was clicky. Lonergan looked comfortable after the first drive. He looked weird in the first drive, but just everything felt good. It felt promising, and I haven't felt that way and that clicky about our offense since Matty Ice, which is ridiculous. But it's been 18 years since I've felt that confident about watching us drive down the field. Like, feel really good about him. And I going into that game, like, just, I guess I was concerned only for the fact that we ran student body left, student body right, and the Raymond Berry draw play up the middle against Fordham. But that was by design because, and O'Brien basically said, they're like, yeah, we saw a totally different offense. Can you talk more about that? He's like, well, we weren't going to give anybody film until we had to give people film. We pulled off 66-10 over Fordham, as we should have, by running student body left, student body right. But it made me, sitting in Aluminum Stadium, like, what is this? What are we doing? Like, why are we still doing this? And Janina's like, what are we doing? And the more I thought about it, like, okay, we didn't need to pull out jet sweeps and bubble screens and all that stuff for Fordham. They looked so good, and it was so exciting to watch that game in double overtime. And I understand there's always like the field tilting, and from the very start of the broadcast, it was all about Aiden Childs. And I'm like, they've already crowned this kid the greatest quarterback on the planet. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to scrape that from my brain for, like, I don't know, maybe 7 more years. But it was just tough to watch him figure it all out. And yes, home field advantage. East Lansing's a tough area, a tough place to play. Blah, blah, blah. That was a game that was so winnable. It makes it, I'm not saying I would have rather lost by 35, but that was tough to watch, where we played so well and we were so close. Just fuck. And now we got Stanford. Have to win Stanford, because Clemson, even though they're terrible, you boys know they're going to figure it out when they come to Chestnut Hill. That's almost a guaranteed loss. University of Notre Dame, unfortunately, is coming. I have to sit next to Rubber Shoes for that game. So I'm making my deal with God right now. I'm doing
Scotty
what I
Dukes.
do.
You're gonna
I'm
sit
doing.
next to
Yeah,
Scotty
I
Dukes,
don't know, but I like Scotty Dukes. I'm gonna say what I say in most seasons. My dad and I used to say this. We'd get to a certain part of the season and we lost to, like, Perkins School for the Blind, and we lost to, like, Fordham. And my dad and I'd be like, I don't care what happens now. We got to beat the Irish. So I'm not there yet. But we're gonna get clapped by Notre Dame while I sit next to Rubber Shoes. We have some guaranteed losses on our calendar, unless we make some wild changes, just based on talent and speed and all the things. That's what made Michigan State hurt so much. Like, if we could have pulled that out, because we're gonna end up at the Diamond Walnut Pinstripe Bowl in Schenectady, New York again, and I just want better than that. I want a game that my wife's like, would you drive to this? Yeah. Yes. But not the Pinstripe Bowl. Like, I'm not going to go sit in Yankee Stadium and watch my team lose to Nebraska, which happened a couple of years ago. Like, I'm just done with that. So anyway, my diatribe is over. That was a winnable game, and it fucking hurt. but we look good. I'm so excited.
I think
So
you could
excited.
just one positive takeaway is that Childs still has to play the rest of the Big Ten. So I wouldn't like that narrative that they were trying to like shove down everyone's throat. And granted, he hasn't thrown an interception yet, and 5 touchdowns, no picks, or whatever it is now, or 6 or whatever it is. But yeah, he still hasn't played the rest of the Big Ten yet. So yeah,
he's long road ahead. Yes,
we'll see. Yeah, he's got a ways. He's got a ways to go. And with he comes to, I believe he goes to Ann Arbor. I got to check that out now this year. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out for him. But, although again, defensively, Michigan, fine. I thought they played well enough to give them a chance to win the game against Oklahoma. But and talk about tough place to play. Oklahoma's a tough place to play. Man, it's like that's a tough place to play. But Underwood, who the freshman and completing 9 passes in college football in 2025, you're not going to get that done. You know what I mean? There's no wins happening there.
And it's more than Mac Jones in Buffalo.
Oh.
On the windy day. It was a windy day. Belichick's like, no, I don't trust you when it's just sunny and 62.
God.
Anyway, but yeah, it was a really hard watch, and they got Central Michigan this week. I'm hoping it's at the Big House, hoping they can at least I wouldn't say they squeaked by New Mexico because the game really was never really that. I mean, look at the score, 34-17. It wasn't, but it was never felt like they had, they were having like serious issues. Yeah. But offensively, they just looked completely out of sync. That first half was just disgusting. It was really gross. They were shut out for the first time in like 20 something years or something like that in the first half. So not good. Not good. Not a good look. So Central Michigan, I think, hopefully, in theory, coming in at the right time where
the Chippewas
can get back on track. Yeah,
the Chippewas. Central Michigan pops up on our schedule quite a bit, and I'm sticking to it. I'm just going to say it into the universe for the algorithm. I would like our FCS game to be permanently Holy Cross for the rest of ever. I just do it. Let's just clean up our, so we're not having these ragtag different teams coming in. Just Holy Cross for the rest of forever, and then 11 FBS games, 11 better FBS games. Anywho, Rubber Shoes, you guys won over the weekend because you were off, and then you have A&M coming in. Yeah.
Yes.
What is Vegas? What's the line? What does Vegas have for a line? A&M's like 16, and you guys are 8, right? Something like that.
I don't know if they moved up or not.
I think you're 8 in the country.
They are currently.
They were 9 last week.
Did you move up on a bye week? Only the Irish moves up on a bye week. Stop. Dear Lord. You can't even make it up.
He giggles. That was a giggle.
That was a diabolical laugh. Yeah. Like
sharks and lasers. Sharks and lasers. Right?
Oh my God. You moved up on a bye week. That is ridiculous.
8 versus 16.
Yeah, it's 8 and 16.
Oh, no, my bad. They were 8. They were 8. Because I was, in my head, I was thinking they were going to swap spots with Miami, and Miami was 9 when they played them, and I thought they were going to drop to 9, but they dropped to 8. So they didn't change.
Okay.
So Texas A&M
as we know.
16 Saturday night. If I survive the food coma, I will be watching that.
You're busy. You got the Big E during the day, then A&M at night, and then you're meeting me at the Crack of Stupid Sunday for golf. All right.
Yep.
Where are you guys playing?
We're going back to there's a place down by our friend Matty DeVoe, Juniper Hills. It's in Northborough, and they've got 2 tracks. And we played Riverside last time. I think we're playing Lakeside this time. It's a good little spot. They're not out over their skis with their pricing, which is also nice. We're gonna get out of there for under I think under $90, which is
I think it was
I will take it.
8 last time.
Yeah, it's so funny. I said to Janina, "You boys will love this," because I'm playing with my friend Pettigrew here and a couple of guys from up here over at Farmington on Saturday. So I said to Janina, because we always I'll just usually say to her, and it doesn't really affect what day I'm doing it. And I only play on Sundays when I go down to meet Rubber Shoes and the Mask guys. And historically, unless there's a BC Day game, which nobody cares about because we can't win the big games on Saturday nights when it matters. I'm sorry, I'm trailing off. This is from my therapist. So anyway, I said to Ginny, I said, what day are you hiking? She goes, when are you playing golf? And I'm like, Saturday playing Farmington. She goes, I'll hike Saturday. And then I wrote, and then Sunday I'm playing Massachusetts. She could already see my little bubble while I was typing that I was playing Sunday. She's like, you're such a dick. I'm like, I am a dick, but I'll be out of your way all weekend. So that's always
she can hike 2 days.
Yeah, she will not hike 2 days. Saturday, she will stay home and watch beautiful downtown football, I'm sure. But I got to tell you a sidebar, and I don't know if you guys care if it affects you at all with whatever you guys have for programming. One of the things that happened last August with the big DirecTV fight with ABC/Disney. Remember, I had to go get YouTube, so I had access to ESPN as the football season started. Do we remember any of that? So that all got settled, and they were saying at the time, like, hey, there was going to be this app called Venue. Remember, it was going to be Fox and ESPN and the TNTs and TBSs. And then the Venue thing fell apart because of the monopolization thing that they were all worried about. So now ESPN has launched ESPN Unlimited, which replaces ESPN Plus. So there's been this big thing with DirecTV because they were like, as a DirecTV person, because of the fight we had last summer, you're going to get it for free. So we're all sitting waiting, like, okay. And it launched, August 21st, ESPN Unlimited launched. So we're all waiting. And I'm sort of getting annoyed, but I'm like, it's coming. It's no big deal. I have ESPN Plus. I'll cancel it whenever it happens. So I finally got my email today. And it's pretty cool because they're like, just go in and activate. So I just went in and used my ESPN login. It starts a separate account, but now I have the big, huge ESPN Unlimited. Then I went back into, and this is just annoying because I'm annoyed because I sort of like to have things categorized. So now I go back into my Disney account, I was in the triple premium bundle, which is ESPN Plus with commercials because you can't avoid it. Hulu without commercials, the premium version, and then Disney Plus without commercials. And it's like $26.99 a month. So now I'm down to this $15.99 a month because I only have Disney Plus because you can't go get a Disney Hulu thing anymore. If I'm boring you, I apologize. Because they're getting rid of Hulu because it's baked into Disney now. So like it's all like I'm sitting here knowing that technologically I'm pretty savvy at my advanced age. I'm like, if my father was still alive, he'd be losing his mind. First of all, he wouldn't have all these things. Let's be honest. Richard Edwin Lindsay would not have all these things anyway because he just wouldn't. But I'm like, I can't imagine being of a certain age where like you can't follow the bouncing ball right now with the streaming services. Like you'd be losing your mind. Because now the next promise they're making is that apparently the Disney Plus / Hulu bundle is also going to be coming free. So I'm eventually going to have, I mean, I say free, but I'm still paying DirecTV a lot of money. But like I'm eventually going to have all of them for free, which is pretty cool.
So I wonder if I get mine through it because I'm ready to. I won't have a reason to watch. I'm done with. I think Tyler and myself, we're pretty much done with WWE. It's like to watch WWE, you got to have Netflix.
This is a whole separate show. Stop talking.
Have ESPN.
I'm glad you brought that up. First of all, this is a mini series that we're gonna have to run based on what just came out of your face. First of all, Notre Dame takes the week off, advances in the polls. Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Rubber Shoes and Tyler are done with wrestling. Not wrestling, sorry.
No.
A specific brand of wrestling. Yeah, so what happened? It was Peacock specific. Yep. And now they're going exclusively to ESPN.
Yep.
Okay.
So all the pay-per-views will be, you have to have the ESPN whatever
the unlimited thing. Yeah, the unlimited thing.
Yeah. So you got to pay $30 a month for that, and then you got to pay for Netflix to have Monday Night Raw. It's like the only free viewing is Friday Night SmackDown on Fox.
Which eventually they're going to move to Fox One, and there's also a bundle for that. You can get ESPN Unlimited and Fox One for like $40 a month. It's crazy. It's crazy work to try to keep up with all this.
Tickets for John Cena's final appearance in Boston, which is in November, went on sale today.
Yeah.
Cheapest ticket in the house $242.
Dear Lord, dude. We didn't do it this year. I feel like we ran the math last year because I don't get me wrong. I appreciate what you're saying and how ridiculous it is because they're forcing you to have 13 things to watch this one sport that you love, right? Remember in the last couple of years, and I hadn't heard anybody drop a number yet, but people had figured out last August for sure, you would have to have all of these services and you would end up spending X amount of dollars over the course of the NFL season to see everything. Now, what was interesting last week, and I forget what night it was, maybe you boys remember, they dropped one of the games just on YouTube. It wasn't even on like YouTube TV, like only YouTube TV subscribers could have it. It was just directly like just
free
go to YouTube.
Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, just go to YouTube. And they had the one game that was on YouTube, and then they had that same game simulcast with all these different influencers doing their own take.
The Friday night game.
That's what it was. You're right. Yeah, it was the Friday night game. It is crazy. I'd love to. I'm sure we could easily ask that question and find out how much the total cost is.
And I'm probably done with UFC also because they're going exclusively to Paramount Plus to get all their pay-per-views. I'm
gobsmacked by that.
Yeah, it's like
this is why he's broadcasting live from the car, Scotty. This is breaking news.
It's like unless I can still get buy a pay-per-view that I really want to see some other way, I'm not buying Paramount every month. Is it worth it? Like if I were to get every pay-per-view every month, yes, it's worth paying, $30 a month compared to, $80 3 times that month. But I don't watch every pay-per-view. I pick and choose. With WWE we do because it was on Peacock, which is free with Xfinity. So we would watch every pay-per-view, but usually we would pick and choose. But unless you have to subscribe to one of these services, it's like I'm done.
Scotty, what do you have, Fubo or Hulu?
Hulu.
You have Hulu, okay. So that's interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Is that going to become Disney Live TV with the rebranding, with the evaporation of Hulu?
I have no idea.
It's so strange. But I get. Let me say this concerning that, Rubba. I think there's enough great programming on Paramount Plus that I'm obviously a subscriber, but with my DirecTV now, it's Showtime with Paramount Plus. Everything's connected.
Yeah.
Which they do to convince me that I'm saving money. I'm not saving money because I just got an email 2 days ago and all the rates are going up. But it's still, and it's so funny. There's always somebody, and Janina laughs at me because I'm the grumpy old man on the internet. Welcome to the show. And I'm on the thread in Facebook for DirecTV Stream, and people are posting the email they got from DirecTV. And I have Premiere, which is the highest level. It's all the channels because I'm an asshole. Welcome. And so some guy with DirecTV Stream Basic, and he's just like, well, it's time to start looking. I want to go into the center of town and be like, where are you going, Barry? We just did this last summer. Everybody went and grabbed YouTube TV because we needed it for ESPN, but you all came back. And obviously Scotty found more value with Hulu TV, but most people are like, I hate the pricing, but DirecTV has the best picture, the best sound, and all this stuff. It's, I'm leaving. Okay. And the funny thing is we all say that we're cutting the cord. Nobody's cutting the cord. There's a cable that comes into my house that's sending me all this information. None of us have cut the cord. We threw the coffee-colored cable box out the window, but we have not cut the cord.
I mean, unless you get by with just one streaming service, I feel like most people, to get everything that sports fans want to watch, you're paying probably close to what you pay for the cable to get everything.
My DirecTV alone is going to be close to, I'm just going to throw out a number, and I hope it's not more than this, but I know in my heart it is. My bill right now, I just looked, and it hasn't hit the increases yet. I'm at 181 right now, and it's probably going to go to the 190s based on the numbers they threw at me in my email. And I haven't even paid for BreezeLine yet, which is another $96. That's the internet that brings all that in. I'm $300 for my internet and my DirecTV. We haven't even started my separate streaming services, Rubber Shoes.
So
I've got to be $400 a month on entertainment. God, I said that without throwing up. That was good.
What was your DirecTV before You went to just the all streaming.
I was at $278 a month because it was like leasing equipment and bullshit. I'm making out, but like it also doesn't feel good because I was like, I was at this sexy number, but now it's growing again.
Yeah. So basically,
the problem is
at some point they're gonna.
It's gonna be the same.
Sorry, but I was going to say the problem is everything has gone up.
Yes.
Right. So when we had the dish on the roof, right, when we had the cable boxes and stuff, things were cheaper. It was just cheaper. You know, everything in the world was cheaper. Right now, everything is just outrageously priced, and we're just getting gouged on, you know, every little thing that we possibly can.
Yeah.
And they make it seem like, just doing another, you know, $8 to $10 a month upgrade or price increase isn't that big of a deal. Well, it is when you do it every 6 months, you know, and all of a sudden it starts to add up, and now
1,000%.
like, holy shit, you know.
And as much as people bitch, Scotty, so true. As much as people bitch, almost every guy on the planet, almost, not all, almost every guy on the planet, and a whole bunch of girls were locked and loaded at 12:59 on Sunday when Scott Hansen came on and said, "Welcome back." Yeah, well, we were all locked up. Well, actually, 1 o'clock.
Mine's different, though. I will say,
we were watching the Patriots lose.
I get my red zone. We'll talk about that in a second. Through NFL Plus, so that's a one-time charge of $100 for the entire year, and NFL Red Zone is included in that. So that's where my red zone comes from. And I also.
But you got Scott Hansen. Scott Hansen's doing it though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know. I didn't notice any commercials or anything. Like,
I didn't. Yeah, really,
I remember
wasn't chafed at all.
But I remember one, but where they said there was going to be 4, but and it definitely was in between a play because it was actually it came on when they were showing the Patriots.
Yeah,
and it was they were in the huddle. The commercial came on, and then by the time they broke the huddle, the commeral was gone.
Yeah,
that was the only one I remember seeing.
For sure. Yeah, the only differentiation I've had is when we had Red Zone with DirecTV, it was connected to when I had Sunday Ticket through DirecTV, which I would like every year. I'd have to fight with DirecTV, and they'd give me a deep discount, or I'd get it for free. And you could only have Red Zone if you were paying for Sunday Ticket. You didn't get it unless you were paying for Sunday Ticket with the old DirecTV deal. And we had Andrew Siciliano was the guy that called. It was a different version of Red Zone. So the Scott Hansen one's great. I think he's really good. And yeah, they're going to start stacking up the commercial breaks. I'm sure are going to get worse every year, and we're just going to eat it.
Did you see the thing of like the behind the scenes with Scott Hansen, like what he's doing, like calling that stuff? That was pretty cool.
Crazy. Yeah. He's awesome. He's what a cool job. I mean, he's got to be a little bit of a psychopath. It's great. He was interviewed a couple of years ago on Rich Eisen's show, and he talked about the fact that he shuts everything down. Food and fluid intake gets shut down 3 hours before kickoff. And he's like, I'm at the point now where I'm so controlled. He goes, I'll drive all the way home in LA traffic, sometimes stuck in Rams or Chargers traffic. I'll get all the way home and I still don't go to the bathroom because he's like, I'm so used to it. But yeah, he's a maniac. It's so good. I love this time of year. I just need BC to win Saturday night games in East Lansing. We'll talk about something else. Patriots.
Was that Big Nate sneaking in to come talk shit to Timmy?
Oh, hey, Nathan, you got to gloat about your win.
Oh my! Is he coming over?
There he comes. Because you beat him by like 30 points.
Hey, come take you, Josh Allen, 69 points. It's like elderly abuse. Oh my God! He just walks away. He's like, I have no time for that garbage. I'm busy making my team that's going to crush the next person. If he goes undefeated, I'm done. I'm Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I don't even know who's playing. Nathan, who are you playing this week?
If he comes in his seminal year and he wins this thing, we're rebranding the league.
Yeah. No, Nathan, on the fantasy league, buddy. Oh, you're playing Adam. Oh, it's 2-0.
He's going to be 2-0.
Because I'm sure like 5 guys will get hurt on Adam's team and they'll forget the
and he's Adam's paying zeroattention.com. Zero.
Yep.
All right, boys, talk to me about the Patriots. Tell me I should feel better.
Playing Mrs. Lindsay this weekend.
Oh, look out. Look out. Who am I playing this week?
You are. Oh, you're playing against Kaylee.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I'm playing against Stevie. The brothers Duquette are going at it.
Perfect. I know your whole family is in a division with me.
That's good, buddy.
What are we doing?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, the Marshfield gear. Love it. Love it.
Well, he's an honorary coach this year. So
I love that. Second
got hooked
coach.
up with gear today. Yeah.
Convince me I shouldn't be concerned, boys. And I'm not anti Drake. Let me preface this statement. It was uninspired. And it wasn't like uninspired, like, hey, we got a cool new offensive coordinator that's, not a combination of 13 different people. We've got one person that we should be able to trust. This is his third time here. Like, what's wrong? Like, tell me what's wrong. And do you believe the rumors that there's static between him and Vrabel? I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but that's what I do.
I haven't heard the rumors about that. That's the first time I'm hearing that. So no.
Well,
I guess.
the side-handed comments he's made this week.
He's made some comments about spacing and questioning what the offense was doing and stuff like that. And it was just like, it's easy to say that from your side of the kitchen when you're clearly talking about a portion of your kitchen.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of, if you looked at what happened on Sunday, yeah, I mean, I think any head coach would be like, well, we need to do better on offense.
Yeah,
the second half was just, the first half, it was funny. The first drive, looked super shaky. He looked just awful, jitters, whatever you want to call them, right? They just looked terrible. And then the last drive of the first half, which kind of ended the half or whatever, but they didn't look great either. So those are your 2 3-and-outs. Now, sandwiched between that were 3 really good drives, right? Sustained drives for the touchdown, a decent drive for the missed field goal, and then another sustained drive for a field goal. Second half, my first thought was, well, they did, a decent job, but they were throwing the ball a lot. I thought we'd see the run game a lot more and at least be a little more inventive with the run game, but they really weren't. I mean, the offensive line couldn't open an A gap or B gap for their freaking life, right? Nothing up the middle at all. They couldn't get anything going inside the line. Everything was outside tackle. And the biggest, chunk play on the ground was the trick play to Henderson, that was able to get him on that 4th down play. But outside of that, they couldn't run the football, which is something they did during the preseason pretty well. So that was it wasn't that I shouldn't say it like that. They abandoned the run pretty early, I felt like, and they ended up throwing a lot. Now, was this Drake's best performance? God, no, he wasn't. He was not great, and it threw the ball 46 times, so he completed 30, but he only had a 6-yard average. It's not great. I started yelling at Ricky, Slick Rick was here, and I was like, not yelling at him, but yelling at the TV and be like, when are we going to take a shot down the field? Like, everything was crossing routes. Everything was underneath. There was absolutely no shots, even like to just take a shot and see what's happening. I'm like, and it's hard sometimes on TV because you don't see if like they're playing that, really deep safeties or whatever.
Right.
But yeah. So it was not a great effort from the offense. I thought the defense had way more peaks than valleys in regards to the way that they played. Obviously, 3rd and 20, Davis making that, not making that play was just ridiculous. And they had it was really just the big moments that they couldn't get off the field. 3rd down, they got absolutely they couldn't get off the field. So I thought but the defense with, no Christian Gonzalez, and then obviously Terrell Williams and some of the questionable calls that, he made, blitzing and stuff like that. They did a great job against the run, but the pass, giving up 300 yards against Geno Smith is not really acceptable. So I don't. To answer your question long-windedly, shocking. I'm not panicking. It's one game. I don't look at it as like Drake's not the guy and all that stuff that's been going around.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is his total of 14th game of his career. 22. Come on, like it's just it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Well, a few things. Should we have stretched his legs a little bit more during the preseason? And I understand the risk of getting him hurt, so whatever. And that's gone now, so we can't really focus on that. But it's a question. And I feel like Diggs wasn't even on the team Sunday. Like I kept waiting for Diggs and Kayshawn was great. He was moving the rock. He looked great.
Okay.
I felt like I know Diggs is dressed, but why are we not digging? That was a concern. And then why did we I felt like it was the Raymond Berry draw play with Lawrence Maroney. Like we just kept shoving Ramondre up the middle. There was like no imagination with the running game. And then where's our boy? Like we got Travion Henderson. I know you hate him because you're a Michigan guy, but like get him out there. Like let's access some of the speed that we brought in the fucking draft. And it was just odd. It was bizarro. It was like George Costanza was like, you know what? Everything we should do, we're gonna not do. And it was just weird.
What I heard from the beat writers on the radio this week was that Chip Kelly was his offensive coordinator last year, and they feel that he told Pete Carroll, this guy is their best, most athletic player that they have. Concentrate on shutting him down every time he's on the field, and that's pretty much why that's why everyone thinks that Henderson didn't really do much, because they were keying on him, every time that he was on the field.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to me, like that's, you use that to your advantage. Decoy him, do whatever, you know what I mean? Like I felt like he didn't step onto the football field until mid to late second quarter. It took a while. And to your point about Diggs, like Diggs caught he caught 6 balls, but it also felt like it took him a while to kind of get into the groove of thing, which week 1, it's going to happen. It's especially with Diggs, it's a new, and Henderson, it's a new system, new quarterback, it's first game. They're still getting into it a little bit. And so it's, again, not a panic button situation at all. It was just more of a lot of head scratching, I think, is really what it led to, in my opinion. It was a lot of just like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? I thought, Pop Douglas had the weirdest stat line ever. What do you have? Like 2 catches for -2 yards and a touchdown. But he had 7 targets, but, so he's going to get a lot of targets, him and, Henry and those guys. But to your point, Timmy, I think, Kayshawn looked great. I thought the fact that we had 5 sacks, I think we had 5 sacks after week 5 last year. So, maybe, so I think that's a huge benefit. I'd like to see them blitz a little bit less, but that's all right. When they play Miami this week, one of the things I heard, Xavier Howard came out, who was the corner for Miami, now plays for the Colts. And he basically said that, when it comes to Tua, pretty easy. You take away his first read, he panics. So I'm hoping that Pat heard some of that and started to do that as well. Try to take away the first read, and then, they'll be able to get some pressure on him. And, Terrell Williams, I'm hoping is going to, dial down the blitzes a little bit, but, we'll see. I just thought some of the percentage was really high.
The Dolphins are giving 1.5, and the over-under is 43.5. What do you guys have for Sunday's match at Hard Rock? I know what you have, Scotty. The whiteboard. The whiteboard knows. Show us the whiteboard. Do it. I know Rubber Shoes is going to put on his Dan Marino shirt. So
no, I gotta make my prediction, and I gotta take off.
You're escaping. All right, we're all taking off. Go ahead.
Patriots 34-17.
All right.
Wow.
Wow was right.
Wow.
All right.
That's a big score from the no longer WWE wrestling fan.
See you, brother.
Out of here.
See you, bud.
Yeah. Oh, that's a hairy knuckle.
It is a hairy knuckle.
It's still there.
We're going to go to the ABC.
This is amazing. Oh, you lost me.
Yeah, no, I don't, because I didn't scoop you into that camera. You're back. See? Now he's gone. See? Like, it's almost like, listen, if we could afford a producer, that would have been very smooth. But we can't.
Yeah.
I need all my extra money for golf balls.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to fire my caddy. Honestly, I think I'll be a little bit more conservative this time, but 24-10. Pats.
All right.
I do think that I like the defense. I'm still a little nervous the fact that Christian Gonzalez is still not practicing. I mean, again, this hamstring now is going into, well into, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. This is getting long for a hamstring injury. And it's not a torn hamstring or anything like that. So it makes me a little nervous there. But 24-10, I think the defense, like I said, I still think it's it's not marginally better. It is enormously better than it was last year. I will also say that the offensive line was a lot better. And I'm hoping watching the film, Drake will realize that too, where he had time more so than he did last year, a lot more than he did last year. Yep. And granted, like Will Campbell and, had some, very glaring, two or three like really important mistakes. Yep. But otherwise I thought he played really well. But if hopefully when he looks at the film, the happy feet kind of go away this upcoming week, because I felt like that was the thing. He was always like, I got to move. You got the time. Just stand there and throw the football, And so,
I feel like he wasn't creeping through and looking for everybody. He'd like check down one, maybe two, and then he would freak out. Yeah. You got happy feet, the Drew Bledsoe happy feet. We love you, Drew, by the way. I'm going to go. I got to, because I said the only divisional game we're going to win is Jets on the road, oddly enough. We're going to win the Jets game on the road. So I have this as a loss, so I'm not going to fight with myself, although I probably will on the way home. I'm going to go 24-21, bad guys.
Okay.
I think that's where we land. I think we're going to be annoyed. And if we don't beat a pine tree on Saturday night in Palo Alto, I'm going to be really annoyed, because you know how I go, dude. I love the Patriots. You know that. I carry around the Chestnut Hill losses in a brown bag all week a lot more emotionally than I do the Patriots. And I think it's because it's the Lone Reed effect. Like when the Patriots lose Sunday night, everybody's walking into the office Monday and you're just like, yeah, fuck, Drake didn't go through his progression. Like we're all sharing that. And I'm just marching around here in the land of UNH. I'm just marching around with my little goodie bag of BC losses all by myself, right? And then everybody comes in like, oh, yeah, I saw the game. I'm like, yeah, because my fucking games are on TV. That's why you saw the game. You go tailgate at University of, Oyster Cracker over there. Oyster Cracker University. Oh, my God. There's no anger, though. So trust me. There's no anger.
No, not at all. I also feel like you're speaking to someone very specifically right now.
Yeah, everyone I work with. Everyone I work with. My whole entire market center. Yeah, a couple of humanes in there, couple. And other than that, I know. Other than that, it's
good at hockey.
Yeah.
Good at hockey.
Yeah. What's that?
I said they're good at hockey. I said Black Bears. They suck at football.
Oh, I was going to say, don't you dare say UNH is good at hockey. You know what I say UNH stands for? University of No Hardware.
Love that.
Still waiting for that elusive trophy. Everybody tells me they're really good at hockey. I'm like, are they?
Good. Are they?
I'm gonna go. I'll go check the trophy case in Chestnut Hill. Not that we have a whole bunch, but we've got like five more than you do.
Maine's got ours. We got ours.
Five more than you do. Yes,
we got ours.
That's coming up. Oh, hockey's coming up. It's so good. And for dorks like us, basketball hit last weekend. On the video games. What is your assessment? Yes, okay. What's your assessment of 2K26?
It's
Larry Bird looks like a divorcee, and I mean a female. Larry Bird. I was insulted and also had a nightmare of how he looks.
Yeah,
because I played through that initial conversation where you're talking to SGA, and he's putting his team together, and then you put your team together, and I'm out there, and Larry Bird walked in and was like, oh! Like I screamed a little bit. Like he walks up and he just looks like like your best friend's mom across the street that was divorced, and she's out front ripping butt saying, "Bobby, it's time for dinner." He should sue.
He should.
Defamation
of character right there.
Horrible. Yeah, worse than that, though, and I'm doing this for Adam's sake. Love you, buddy. The visual imagery of oh God, why am I drawing a blank on her name? Reese. Help me.
Oh, Angel Reese. Yes.
Angel Reese in that video game. They've got her cross-eyed.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
She looks like one of the animated characters from a Disney film. Who am I thinking of? Like her eyes are jammed up. Yeah,
Like the Princess and the Frog type chick. I don't know.
No. There's I forget who it is, and I'm like, yeah, she looks just like that. There's a shot. There's a screen cap that somebody put on the interwebs. It's not good.
Oh,
she looks like she looks like she's got a glass eye that somebody knocked out. It's not good. Her and Larry Bird have open cases, and I'll sit and I don't like Angel Reese.
Looking at you in the backyard at the same time.
Yeah. That's what the meme says. Angel's already got her eye on the 2027 cover.
That's amazing.
It's so good.
I do like the gameplay. I feel like it's definitely a lot smoother. Like it's very, it's very clean. I think there's a ton of like when it comes to builds and the bugs within the build. Like you could have a 7'4" center that you can have them like shoot threes, and if your rating is high, like an 89 or 87, whatever, you could, as long as you can shoot the three, because you're so tall, it doesn't matter if the defender's there. So when you're playing against other players, you're 7'4", you just shoot threes over them. Doesn't matter if they have a hand in your face or not. It's a bug. Stuff like that. They need to fix. They have to fix it. Yeah. Everybody's Steph Curry, and that's the issue in that game right now. But they did a great job with the city is a lot smaller, so you don't have to travel so many different places.
Yeah.
Like I said, the gameplay is a lot better. It's definitely a better game, and it actually made improvements where the last it's a lot of complaints with Madden in the last couple of years where they weren't making any improvements. It was kind of recycling a lot of the same shit.
Yep.
This year
roster
they
update.
Actually did. Yeah, exactly. This year they actually did a lot of improvements too. So far I definitely like it a lot. But it also has a lot of bugs that drive me nuts that you get, when you play online against some of these kids, it's just like
I'm not doing that. You're a braver man than I am.
We got a crew, Uncle Steve and Chris and I, and we have our crew and we get on and we'll play almost every night. I have my Larry Bird, and I tell you, he doesn't look like Donna ripping butts across the yard there.
It's a bunch, dude.
He looks a little better.
So much.
By the way, I'm pretty sure my 18-year-old was in traction during that rant because he was laughing so freaking hard. So
dude, he looks scrambled. Yeah,
scrambled.
He looks scrambled. Yeah, hockey hits Friday. Did you order hockey? Did you boys order hockey?
We haven't ordered hockey yet.
Yeah,
I haven't, honestly.
NHL hits Friday.
I feel like it's been a mixed bag the last 4 or 5 years, and I haven't.
Yes.
I've been so focused on basketball and football, I don't have time for hockey. You know what I mean? And usually I'm wrapping up baseball as well with the show, so it's like it's hard for me to fit in hockey. So I haven't seen really good reviews over years. So I haven't even taken a second to look at the reviews of this one. So when it comes out, I'll snag it.
Yeah, I already fired away. So whatever it is, if it's a 3.9 or a 7.8 or God willing a 9.1, I think basketball got like a 9, right? I think IGN gave basketball a 9, which
it did.
Yeah, thank God.
Which is higher than the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean? Last year's got murdered. And it should have, because it was just a poor recycle job.
Right.
And they just didn't do very good with that. So
yeah. All right, brother. For Rubber Shoes, who apparently had to go in and see his parole officer, you've got Uncle Dukes and I. Do we know next week? Let's get this straightened out before we we lose our minds. What's your schedule next week?
I would also like to say that my wedding anniversary is during the week next week, I think. Not that because I don't know the date, it's because I don't know what day it is during. Yes. Nope. Shut up. No, it's a week from today. So my wedding anniversary is a week from today, but we're celebrating this weekend. So, just saying, Adam,
Just saying. Let me see what makes sense next week. I'm not a Tuesday next week. I'm going to be a Wednesday next week. Does that make sense? Will Amy give you the pass? So. Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. We'll plan on Wednesday next week for Scotty, myself, Rubber Shoes, and the absent Corey and the absent Adam, and our dear friends over at AAA Work Trucks. We'll see you on the other side. And Larry Bird, open case. I'll sit on your side of the courtroom.
Yeah.
Scrambled.